It's great honor for me to welcome everybody at the second day of the symposium on unlocking mineral potential and gas industry and OIC comstech. This symposium is under the umbrella of OIC comstech. And today, the second day, yesterday, we have a variety of speakers. They have presented thoughtful presentation on the topic. And now, in continuation of the same, there's two sessions. The first session is the technical session, in which almost 7 speakers have to present their presentations on the relevant topics. Most of the speakers are available physically here, and a couple of speakers may be online. I hope that everybody, like yesterday, will enjoy the presentations and take benefit out of these experience presentation from the professionals. Before formally starting the session, I will request Dr. Tahir Irfan Khan to please come up and share the session. I will request Dr. Mateen to accompany Dr. Tahir Irfan, and have you got presentation today? No. Okay. No. Please,
get the responsibility.
So, I think outside of so I already welcome the chairs and co-chairs and our colleague Dr. Mateen, and I hope that under their leadership the session will go smoothly. Before I ask the first speaker to come over here to present their presentation, 2 minutes. The topic which is almost not among the speakers list, but it's very important. And that is my own specialty and interest, that is occupational safety and health in mind. Actually, we are talking about the technical things, about how minerals can be economically extracted, and these minerals can be used in mineral-based industries. But we are altogether not considering the people who are working at the backbone of all this development. And they are the workers, miners, who are working actually. So my interest is in this area, and I have worked in this area, and it's really alarming situations if you go to mines. Just simply talking about, I have collected data of around 1,200 last time injuries from the coal mining industry in Pakistan and analyzed that data. Based on that analysis, I found that almost 60% workers, one way or the other way, they get injured at that. And especially in small scale mining, which is in Pakistan, except Rekodik, Sandek, and few other projects, all mining is in small scale, whether it is underground or it is on surface. So workers have to face a lot of challenges, safety challenges, health challenges, especially the ergonomics hazard due to the dimensions and the poor visibility, poor ventilation in mines. they had to face a lot of difficulties in performing data. My data showed that almost 40% of last time injuries are back injuries in underground mines. So I further worked on that, why these back injuries are so high as compared to others. So I have found that the dimensions of the mines are not uh, almost, it should be 6 feet at least. They can walk around in mines freely. 5 feet, 4 feet, varying. So just taking on their back 70 kg bag of coal or rock and traveling in screw positions. Sometimes they fell down and get injuries. So maximum lost time is associated with back injuries because once the back is hurt, it takes months to come back to stable position. So it's loss for the organization because the worker is out and they have to pay him. He is also loss is earning, and a lot of things are just going wrong. So sometimes we have to think about that, how to improve basic safety conditions in mines, especially in underground. Another project I completed, which was about occupational diseases, especially chest pneumoconiosis. I screened out 200 workers from underground mines. And 40%, again, 40% of workers were infected one way or the other. And 10% of that data was extremely affected people, which can even, I think, they can do difficulty in working, simple work. So that report was submitted to the Inspectorate of Mines, KP, and Directorate of Mines so that they can initiate some measures to improve this. Later on, the Supreme Court of Pakistan also taken notice and they asked the Directorate and Inspectorate to take care of it. So these were the things which I feel that in our recommendations, we should have a couple of points about improving occupational safety and health of workers who are the backbone of the industry, whether we are producing the raw material or any mineral-based industry we are running. So we are relying on the strength of the workers. If they are happy, they are safe, the industry will flourish. Thank you very much for listening. Yes, it's over to Dr. Khan.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Pandu. Thanks very much. I probably won't be using that. Can everybody hear me?
You're already only with people on.
Oh, yes.
Online.
Okay, okay. So, I think we better start then. Our session begins with Dr. Nurul Ain, from USN Malaysia. And the topic is circular economy and REE, sustainable hydrometallurgy, critical minerals. So it's over to you, and please just bear in mind it's about 20 minutes.
She has 70 slides.
Where's the emergency brake?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good morning to everyone. Thank you, Prof. Please remind me, please stop me if I exceed 20 minutes. I prepared this slide for 2 hours presentation, but I make it quick. So actually, if you look at the titles, the title is very big title. So if I don't think I can cover all of this aspect of title. So first of all, my name is Nurul Ain Jabir. You can call me Ain. I'm from School of Materials and Mineral Resources Engineering, University Science Malaysia, where this university is situated in Penang. Malaysia. So this is my presentation outline. Okay, so I want to actually introduce USM and my department first to all of you. So this is the USM ranking. For the QS ranking, we have been ranked at 134 in 2026, and we also are number one in Sustainable Development Goals ranking in 2025. Okay, so I'm coming from the School of Materials and Resources Engineering, where this school department have three different programs. Okay, so the first program is Bachelor in Mineral Resources Engineering, where currently I'm the program chairman for this program. And then we have Materials Engineering, and we have Polymer Engineering. So if you look at this program, we have a very, the ecosystem is a complete. From the mine, from the minerals to the materials products and also polymer products. Okay. So for mineral resources engineering program, it's actually the only program currently in Malaysia. It has been introduced since 1984. It's almost 40 years. So we cover from geology exploration to mineral processing, okay, and also environment. So it's a complete system also. Okay, so this is the capability of USM in mineral resources, where we're producing industry-ready of mineral resources engineering graduates since 1984. We integrate expertise from geology, mining, mineral processing, metallurgy, and environment. And we are research-driven program, industry-validated solutions, access to advanced equipment and facilities, and we also have proof the academic and industry credibility. So we have a very strong connection with industries, and most of our graduates are working in the mining industries. So this is the staff, academic staff for this program. We actually very small group team. We have only 8 staff for currently. So we are looking for the new staff actually for USM. So if you know anyone who very good in research, in mining especially, so maybe can tell them that we need staff. Right. Okay. So we have specialized in geology. Of course, with us today, Dr. Haryani, and then we have the geologist, Dr. Zakaria. He's known as a gold guy because he can detect. He has 6 signs of gold. Right. So we also have young staff, and then the only mining background that we have now is only Dr. Hazizan. So he's the only mining background, but the others are like Dr. Said and Dr. Koextra here is specialized in mineral processing. So they can design the plan design circuit and all that. And me and another my colleagues, Dr. Sohaina, who's now doing Hajj, we specialize in hydrometallurgy, environment, and also pyrometallurgy. Okay, so currently we have 110 students of Bachelor Resources Engineering. So it's not also very big pool of students, but we try every year to encourage young people to join us. Okay? So if we also encourage international students to come to this program. So this is the ratio between male and female. You can see that females are more than male in mining industry. Okay, so I don't know why. What's wrong with the guys? Okay. So we also have international students from the Cambodia. This is actually the exchange student, mobility students from Cambodia, Australia, some Germany, and we also international students from China, which is took our program. So these are all the international outbound. Maybe we can do with the university in Pakistan. Okay. Summer school, we have a very strong connection with Indonesia. So they are very good in sustainability, mining innovation, and environmental. So that's why even this year we have invitation from USK to join their summer school. Okay, student mobility program in Cambodia. This activity event is every year. Okay, so our main research focus area in our department is actually covers all the stream, starting from the exploration to the sustainable mining, physical processing, extractive metallurgy, and mine environment, which is include ESG and SDG. Okay, so this is sorry, the graphics suddenly gone. This is a service and consultancy. So we also do the consultancy where we solve industrial problems. Okay, we do some geophysical survey, hydrogeological study, geochemistry. We are quite strong in mineral characterization because we have a few equipment in our schools. And we do also separation, extraction and separation, and also we involve a lot in EIA, environmental impact assessment, and study the water quality, tailing design, management, and mine rehab. Okay, so that's a little bit background about our department, what we do in our program. So now I'll go to my main business, which is which is strategic mineral. So currently, the government focuses on the strategic mineral or critical minerals. These two, we have a lot of actually goals and all that, but these are 5 minerals that we are focused on. So as you can see, non-radioactive REE are the main focus of the government currently. Okay, so why rare earth now? Why now? Because of the demands and because we have that resource. And then you can see the potentials of the REE in Malaysia. Okay, so for the global REE landscape, we know that China controls at least 85% of the rare earth oxide and 100% of heavy rare earth. So we want to come up from the controls of China. So because of we have that resource, okay, and our resource in Malaysia is similar to what China does. Okay, so for Malaysia positions, estimated to have 30,000 to 43,000 ton of total rare earth oxide, and we also host one of the major RE processing plant aside from China, which is we call Lynas. Lynas is Australian owned, so they transported the concentrate from Mount Well and processed in Malaysia, and then they separate the light rare earth, and also currently they can separate the heavy rare earth. Okay, so and last thing is that Malaysia has come up with a policy that they ban the export of unprocessed rare earth, means that we can't export outside the concentrate. So we need to have a plant in Malaysia to separate this REE. Okay, so this idea is to capture value internally and ensure better oversight of environment practice. Okay, so for example, if we just export the concentrate for and only China that can process or separate this REE. So that if we will lose a lot of investment and also value. Okay, because the separation single REE are more value than concentrate. So that's why they come up with the National Blueprint 2025, where they want to develop a full rare earth value change means that we want to do everything, okay, from mine to magnet. Okay, and also we want to focus on the ESG and circularity because we not only focus on iron adsorption clay, but we also have a huge tailing product where this tailing product have a significant amount of RE. It's a result from the tin mining. Mm. Okay, and we want to have the collaboration and capacity building. So like we want to gather all the industry academia partnership and international technology transfer. Okay, so this is what framework that USM has come out from resource to separation, USM industry RE development. So we have upstream, midstream, downstream, and environment. So we have covered uh upstream, okay, in terms of exploration, the geochemistry, data integration, and also we have the expertise on mining, okay? So, but the main gap in Malaysia is that we don't have the RE processing or refining, which is in the midstream field. So, because we have that capabilities in USM to separate, I mean, research, okay, or to separate. So we would like to focus on development of our inspiration plan. Okay, so this is our main research, and we also collaborate with industries so that we can come up with the complete processing and refining. Okay, so downstream is for the RE manufacture of for metals, alloy catalyst and magnet. And we also focuses on environment and SDG. So like we have a few projects with the industry to assess groundwater, monitoring the groundwater before the leaching, after the leaching, after the process. And so we also doing the validations. Okay, so this is like our framework for RE. So the this is because my background is hydrometallurgy, so I want to just show the generic mineral processing of hydrometallurgy. Hydrometallurgy is a process that we use low temperature in aqueous solutions because we are dealing now with a complex ore. Mostly of our ores currently is complex. So only hydrometallurgy or pyrometallurgy can produce a metals, the final product of minerals. If you just stop at mining, you will just get a final product of mine product, which is the value of more lower than the final product. Okay, so in mineral processing, these are the sub-unit process. We have the physical processing, hydrometallurgy, pyrometallurgy, and electrometallurgy. So the physical processing, which is comminution, where we reduce the size, liberate the minerals, and then free the minerals from the ore, and then we do the concentration. So we can stop at this concentration, but the price will be lower. So we need to go further so that we can get a pure metals. So we do the for hydrometallurgy, this is the unit process for hydrometallurgy, which is leaching. Maybe some of you are familiar with the process, purification, separation, and also regeneration. And we have pyrometallurgy. It's a very old process, which is ancient process used to smelt iron or tin, okay, to get the final product, to get pure 99% of metals, for example. And also electrowinning is another process to get the pure products. Okay, so this is generic mineral processing. Okay. So why hydrometallurgy role and significant is if you look at the spectrum or the process of RE is actually involve all the hydrometallurgical process. Okay, so is key to RE separation, final refining step, use lower temperature and greater selectivity. When you have a lot of impurities in your samples, using the hydrometallurgy, you can selectively select what you want to separate and leave the impurities behind. Okay, so and hydrometallurgy is also flexible. You can use for the primary source and also secondary source. Even you can extract gold from e-waste, right? Okay, so this is circular hydrometallurgy, where it's a closing the loops. We want to make sure that there's no waste has been produced. And if using the leaching reagent, we want to regenerate and recycle the solutions. So this is our aim in mining, in hydrometallurgy, to get a circular hydrometallurgy. So a lot of research has to be done. For example, looking for the green leaching reagent, looking for the extracting the metals from the byproduct to be used by other industry. So that's why circular economy is very important nowadays. So like I said before, hydrometallurgy is versatile and also flexible. So that's why anything can be separate from using the hydrometallurgical process. Even if you have a low grade, you have high grade, or you have waste or byproducts, you can use hydrometallurgical process to extract metal from this type of raw materials. Okay, so one of the unit process, the first unit process under hydrometallurgy is in situ leaching. It's a leaching method. Under leaching method, we have a different types of leaching method. For example, what we use for extracting RE for iron adsorption clay using the in situ leaching. But this in situ leaching is not a new leaching method, but it has been used for uranium and copper low grade extraction. This type of leaching is actually, the advantage is that you don't need any blasting activities, mining activities. We just injecting the solutions into the ground to the deposit, make sure that the contact with the metals, and then it will solubilize the metals. And then just the difference between in situ leaching of uranium and RE, this one they have pump inside, so they need to pump out the solution to the surface. But for RE, the solution will just go down by gravity. So that the difference between in situ leaching, because I know that yesterday someone asked about can we use this in situ leaching for copper, right? So for copper, I think it's a bit different method where you need to pump out the solution from underground to the surface. Okay, so we have a heap leaching. So this types of leaching method depends on the grade of the ore. Because this the cost of this cheaper compared to you need to have agitation leaching, for example. So you need to blast the ore and then powder, reduce the size using the crushing, grinding, and then use the normal leaching using the tank. But for in situ and heap leaching is cheaper compared to, that's why it's suitable for the low grade or compared to the high grade. But you have high grade, then you go for the high cost. Okay, I think maybe I skip this one. Okay, so I still have time.
You still have time.
Okay.
2 minutes.
Okay. Okay, so actually for RE, we have a few types of resource. We have primary resource and also secondary resource. So these are the resource of RE, which is basic monazite, type, and iron adsorption clay. they are different in terms of mineralization. They are different in terms of grade. Okay, and we also can extract RE from the waste or secondary resource. For example, acid mine drainage, any tailing, if you have tin tailing, they have a lot of scandium. You can also extract the RE from the coal, but different types of coal have a different types of RE, and also industrial byproduct, for example, e-waste. Okay, this is what we call urban mining. Okay, so as you can see here, the impurity variation in RE resource. Okay, so the challenge in extracting the RE is that they have a lot of impurities, which their behavior are similar with the RE. So you have to be careful to selectively leach out only RE, not impurities. Okay, so different resource will have a different impurities. So this one is RE at different resource where they have a different types of process, leaching process. So have pesticide, phosphate, iron adsorption clay. So for pesticide and monazite, will have a different processing. For example, they need to have a very strong sulfuric acid to liberate the RE from the ores. Okay, but for iron adsorption clay, because of this just ionic form, so it's easily using the salt solution to extract the RE. Okay, so it's quite fundamental. Okay, so this is because we have a lot of deposit for IAC, iron adsorption clay. Iron adsorption clay is the result of the weathered granite. Okay, so so the formation mechanism of RE adsorb clay minerals, they are insoluble phase or iron exchangeable phase. Okay, so it's used for extraction. So if you have a colloid or mineral phase, these types of difficult to leach out by using the ammonium salt. You have to use high concentration of acid to be able to leach out RE. Okay, so this is mechanism of ion exchange phase, colloid phase, and mineral phase. Okay, so the history of RE is that this is started in China, where they have using the sodium chloride before this to leach out RE by using the barrel leaching or pool leaching. It's not in situ leaching. Okay, so they changed to ammonium sulfate, which is have higher recovery compared to sodium chloride and less environmental damage. And then they changed to different method, which is heat leaching or in situ leaching. Until now, the only process that allow is using the in situ leaching, because we don't want to destroy the plant, because if you just using this in situ leaching, you just leave it the ammonia in the soil. Okay, so it's safer compared to other types of leaching method. Okay, so this is the flow chart for the leaching. You have normally they will just use 1 to 4% of sodium ammonium sulfate. Okay, so you will obtain the pregnant solution where this pregnant solution contain RE metals. And then the tailing is actually the hills becomes a tailing, but it's only contain ammonium that left after the leaching process. Okay, so that is the first stage that we get the pregnant solution that contain RE. And then we have to go to the second stage, which is, we call it as the precipitation process, where we precipitate RE in the form of powder. Okay, we call it as a RE carbonate. So this RE carbonate actually we can sell it, or we can export this RE carbonate to be separated into single RE. Okay. That's all. Okay, so maybe this is my last presentation. So the current leaching drawbacks that the impurities, aluminium, iron that contained in the soils also will co-leach with RE. So that is our challenge, where we need to separate later on during the precipitation process. And one of others is that they also can produce ammonia nitrogen wastewater, and also excessive ammonia and nitrogen may lead to damage to plant root system, causes a landslide. But if we use the minimum concentration of ammonium sulfate, they will be okay. Okay, so sorry, I will go to the conclusion. So I hope that at least you can grab my intention to introduce to you that this process is very important for mineral industry, because we don't want to just stop at mining operation. We want to get a pure metals, right? So that's why we need more expert in hydrometallurgy. Okay. So I just want to promote our conference in October if you would like to attend our conference in October. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you.
Great, thank you.
So we might have time for question also. I think if we could say to be get a
Do you want to carry on this? Rather, yes. Okay, good to know everybody's going to sit patiently to ask you questions right towards the end as well.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Very nice. No presentation. So we proceed to the next presenter, Engineer Azad Ahmad. He's a Managing Director or CEO for PMDC, Nordic Development and Strategy Development. Please welcome.
Thank you very much. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Distinguished guests, respected delegates, my colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. It's an honor for me to present at this forum, and especially in the presence of my respected Professor Dr. Hangul Unsab, which is also creating a little bit pressure for me. I am presenting on behalf of Engineer Asad Ahmed, the Managing Director of PMDC, who is currently abroad. Starting with a little bit about myself. I have MSc in Mining Engineering and BSc in Mining Engineering from UT Peshawar. I hold postgraduate diploma in remote sensing and GIS. I am a certified project management professional. Also holds certification in Bosch, IOSH, and other mineral software tools. I'm also double first class coal manager competency certified. My professional experience spans over 13 years in PMDC and in Makarwa, a small chunk in Makarwa College Limited, across multiple areas of the mineral sector like exploration, development, operations, health and safety, business development, mineral source management, and project management. So, starting from introduction of PMDC, PMDC is a public sector unlisted company under the Ministry of Energy and Petroleum Division. Our head office is in Islamabad and regional offices are in Peshawar, Multan, and Quetta. PMDC has the mandate of exploration, mining, processing, and marketing of minerals. PMDC has more than 60,000 acres of mining leases, on 286,000 acres of exploration leases, and 6,500 acres of freehold and commercial residential area. Our vision is to elevate Pakistan as the leading innovator in unlocking the potential of extractable resources, with vision to explore, mine, process, and market extractable resources through best ESG practices. This slide basically present whole PMDC in one frame. We are successor of PIDC, Pakistan Industrial Development Corporation, since 1974, and operative in Pakistan with an name tag of PMDC for more than 50 years, and are in exploration, mining, and marketing of minerals. Our employee strength is 2,227. With 80% local employment and created since 10,000 plus jobs. We are 100% government owned entity. PMDC is a profitable and progressive organization, as you can see from the revenue paid, contribution to national exchequer and CSR investment. We have 4 coal projects and production share to national production is more than 5%. We have renowned rock salt projects, and production share to the market is more than 45%. PMDC completed 23 mineral exploration projects up to feasibility and development stages. We also believe in joint venture with local and international partners and are in 5 JVs with salt, gold, coal, soapstone, lead, zinc, copper, and antimony. Currently, we have 6 large-scale exploration projects, 3 for antimony, 2 in Bashin, 1 in Job, 1 iron ore, and 2 chromite in Malakand. We are also in the process of acquiring 10 more exploration licenses for different metallic minerals. This map shows the PMDC footprints across the country. The yellow one shows our operational projects, mostly of coal, salt, soapstone, lead, zinc, while the blue color shows our exploration project. These exploration projects we are involved in the last 3 years. Exploration project includes copper gold blocks, placer gold, antimony. We are also in joint venture with IMEC in Chagi for 4 leases. We are in the process of acquiring gold, base, and precious metal blocks. PMDC has explored 50,000 square kilometer area of Gilgit-Baltistan up to first and second stages out of 70,000 square kilometer. At PMDC, we believe mining should go hand in hand with the uplift of community. That's why we are investing in every aspect of life for local community, like education, health, clean water, skill development, and transport, to ensure real and sustainable development for local communities. Now let's turn to the core focus of today's discussion, the critical minerals, that why they matter more than ever. The global shift toward a low carbon economy and digital transformation is driving unprecedented demand for specific minerals and metals. These materials are commonly referred as critical minerals. They are indispensable for manufacturing, renewable energy system, electric vehicle, digital infrastructure, and defense technologies. The criticality of mineral is not defined by its physical abundance alone, but certain factors are there, like the economic importance, supply chain vulnerability, geopolitical dynamics, and strategic national priorities. This graph presents findings from the International Energy Agency and IMF staff estimates on global demand for energy transition mineral, showing significant increase expected in the coming decades. It's basically a ratio of 2050 to 2020 demand under net zero emission, in which lithium is at top, followed by vanadium, graphite, cobalt, alloys, nickel, oxide, and so on. To understand the criticality of certain minerals, As you know that there is no universally accepted definition to it, but certain key factors are there on the basis of which uh, uh, on the basis of which they are decided to be critical or not. These factors are demand and supply risk, dependence on few suppliers, uh, geopolitical instability, substitution risk, import declines, the production characteristics. Many critical minerals, e.g., indium, gallium, are co-byproduct, often of low volume and high dependency. Industrial application, energy transition, and digital technologies require minerals like lithium, cobalt, or diesel, copper. The time sensitivity is also important, critically evolves over time based on tech trends, substitution, or discovery of new deposits. Supply chain position, upstream producer and the consumer perspectives impact how criticality is pursued. This table map out the periodic elements that are critical to modern industries. The color distinguish between general critical mineral, the essential critical minerals, and the rare earth. Yellow blocks shows minerals classified as critical minerals that are important for industry and technology. The green blocks highlight those considered as essential for energy transition and modern applications, while the orange color represents the rare earth elements which are strategically vital but harder to source out. To understand the importance of critical mineral in different sectors, one sector is here. One sector is highlighted here for understanding for the clarity the electric vehicle. Like you can see, conventional car require uh, up 38 kg of copper and manganese per vehicle for in manufacturing, while the electric car require up to 178 kg per vehicle, which copper is at top, also manganese, silicon, cobalt, and nickel, etc. This is basically I found somewhere on LinkedIn from an Indian researcher, and it seemed relevant. So I presented it, the energy transition by 2030, which says that global shift to clean energy, electric vehicle, and battery storage is not just a technology transition, it's a mining revolution. For example, copper alone requires 3.6 million tons of additional supply today. This tells us something critical, that there is no energy transition without mining expansion. But to develop a large-scale mine, it takes 10 to 15 years, billions of capital, complex approvals, and infrastructure development, which means that there is gap, supply chain gap. To meet PT demand by 2030, the world needs 299 new mines by 2030, of which 61 copper mines, 52 lithium mines, 28 nickel mines, 21 graphite mines, and 29 rare earth mines. Moving from the global context to Pakistan own potential, this slide highlights the country core strength and critical minerals. Pakistan is not just resource rich; it holds strategic reserve of minerals that can underpin the energy security, industrial growth, and regional collaboration. The key factor of our sector is the established geological prospectivity of globally important metals, especially copper, gold, antimony, lead, zinc. Pakistan has more than 5,000 operational sites of mostly of small scale. 70 different minerals are being mined, produced, including metallic mineral, industrial minerals, construction material, energy mineral, response. Reko one of the well-known or largest copper mine under development. Pakistan have second largest big rock salt resources. 14 rare earth element blocks are also identified. But unfortunately, contribution of mineral to export is very small, only 3%, that is about 1 billion. On the right hand side of the map shows the location of different critical mineral occurrence in Pakistan. Following the earlier overview of Pakistan mineral potential, this slide turns to metallic mineral resources. These are indicative early stage exploration number. They are not exact. So Pakistan holds more than 8,000 million tons of copper, gold, and silver, more than 100 million tons of lead zinc, more than 1.4 million tons of molybdenum, more than 2.5 million tons of chromium. Below is the list of international and local companies working in this sector in Pakistan, which Berek, MCC, a Chinese company, and joint venture with MDC, and the lead zinc to the project. IRH, National Resource, PP, LFWO, MADI, PMDC, BMX, etc. The right hand shows the major local prospects, companies, and organizations and their project, of which Sendec for the Copper Gold project, which is operative, Duddar Lead Zinc, PMDC and MCC joint venture, in Las Vela operative, Boya by FWO, Robotics, under development, Gonga, the right, Puldar under development, Siadik, Copper Gold, Chahi under development, and other are exploration project in Red Copper Gold and Chahi, Mohammed Hail, Uzbekistan. It is the expansion of near to Goya. Arc metals, they are in Chahi, mostly they are in Chahi, while PMDC has antimony blocks of Peshin and Show. Madi, Degan, Jumaril, Dimek are also on this one. Critical mineral risk and realities. A multi-dimensional assessment enables government to identify challenges and strategic openings. There are too many factors, but I highlighted the most prominent one. The geological potential, in which the assessment of mineral deposit, reserves, ore quality, environmental constraint. The production and market analysis, current and future production trends, prices, project pipeline, infrastructure, and recycling potential, industrial demand, and future outlook includes domestic demand, growth of downstream industries, and impact of new technologies on mineral demand. The fiscal and economic framework like royalty regime, tax structure, valuation practice, risk of underpricing and profit sharing, plus incentives for beneficiation and midstream investment. The social and environmental factors are important, like social license to work in an area, conflict over land, water, and employment alongside environmental risks such as pollution, biodiversity loss, and deforestation. Geopolitical consideration is also important, dependency on key markets, trade agreements, and bilateral MOUs and agreements, and partners, countries, mineral strategies, e.g. Europe, CRM, etc. Governance and regulatory capacity, I would consider it most important, like mining codes, local content law, ESG reporting, offtake agreements limiting domestic access, and alignment with global framework like EITI, EACE, and ICMM. The strategic policy consideration for critical minerals. Government must align mineral governance with national priorities, regional partnership, and global supply chain positioning. Which the first one is national priorities, value addition to local refining, processing, or manufacturing, enhanced revenue collection from mineral rents, circular economy initiatives, recycling, tailing, reprocessing, targeted support to emerging industries like battery value chains. Second one is regional integration, the cross-border special economic zone establishment like the Democratic Republic of Congo and Zambia Battery Corridor, the harmonized standard and fiscal regimes, shared infrastructure and progressive logistics. Global responsibilities, fair and transparent international partnership, joint venture and MOUs must ensure equitable access and investment, participation in responsible sourcing and ESG initiatives. Thank you very much.
The next speaker is Dr. Khalid. He's CEO of enabling platform for comstech. So
Assalamu alaikum, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. Today, I will be sharing my experiences. My experiences will be, maybe different ideas and different concepts. So let me relate all of you the experience that will come forward. So I have been dean and director of the University Campus Kurdistan, and I have been visiting professor at West University, South Africa. Then I have been visiting scientist of Chinese for the Chinese Academy of Sciences. Then I'm the founding and pioneer rock engineering team leader to the digital mining lab. It was the first digital mining lab on the planet in South Africa. And then I have been team lead for Swan Stillwater, one of the mining giants in South Africa. So the program was predictive forecasting of rock potential in deep and 32 and 30 mines. And then I've been the education partner of advanced numerical model education partner as a firm in United States. So here is the agenda that is set for today's talk. So first of all, I'll explain the context of the mining and capacity building drive which has been here in Pakistan, and where we can go. Mineral demand and supply, Pakistan's mineral wealth, the state of factors. Some of the practices that we have done and they haven't done very well. Then some of my recommendations. So, but before that, let me share with you my interactions and my experiences. So, the picture that you see here is the downtown of Johannesburg. So, when I landed there for my PhD, so at that time, most of this downtown was undermined in the past 125 years. So, because of the mining voids there, many of the voids are filled with water, and the pillars, those were left as the stability pillars. They would collapse now and then, and that would produce earthquakes, and there would be many tremors in the downtown, and most of the downtown actually were vacated. People left through. And at the same time, a lot of big gold reserve was discovered. So the problem was how to manage the earthquakes which are already there and how to get extra gold from there. So this is the time when I landed in the university. So I became part of this research group. So what we did was, we used advanced numerical codes, right? And then figured out the existing situation. And then figure out and we set up the guidelines to optimize the mining layouts and mining geometries that would give the maximum stability and least problems. So during this process, I got the training from Taska. So these are my professors and my mentors. So since it was a very, very complex research, so I got training from South Africa and United States both. And these are these guys are the creators of 3DEC, those who created the most modern software to analyze complicated problems. And then I was also part of the Swan Stillwater and Goldfields, the mining companies, who we served as their rock engineering experts. And after the PhD, I landed in Pakistan, and at that time, the Where the Land project was, it was at the development stage. and we became the first consultants of this project. So once we engaged with this project, so they were planning to import the haulage and glass and the extraction and the all sort of machinery and equipment. And we advised to review the feasibility study. As a matter of fact, there were a couple of studies. One studies said that it has 1 million ton of copper ore, the other said 25 million tons. So there was yet another study which claimed 360 million tons of copper ore. So there was a drag from 1 million ton to 360 million tons. So we were at cross how to decide the extraction plan, the haulage plan, and then we advised that we need to engage with the foreign consultant. Then we went to SRK South Africa and we figured out the gaps and the plans and we revised the plans. And then in 2017, mine was set up at last. Then we should be the operator. And in 2018, we held the first inaugural session of the mining school. And we were my professors and colleagues from Germany and South Africa were invited. And at the same time, we since the rock engineering has overlapping domains in with the geohazards as well, landslides, the tunnels. So at the same time, we collaborated with the Institute of Mountain Hazards Environment in Chernobyl. So the name of the school was SAGE, School of Advanced Geomechanical Engineering. So these are my. So I've been a teacher of, a professor of rock engineering, mining rock engineering. Then I've been a student of mining engineering at university. Then I actually made a plan and established a mining school. So that's where my experience will come forward. So the school that we created, it actually we made a plan and we consolidated all the challenges that we have in the mining industry and the opportunity that we have. Then we made a note of the resource constraints, the gaps in the HR, the technical HR and the funds and the facilities. And then we planned that we would do the predictive forecasting modeling, we will do optimization of the existing methods and techniques and technology because we can't jump from point A to point B. So we thought, let's optimize whatever we have, and meanwhile, but let's innovate. And then we did comprehensive collaboration with all the mining schools and most of the universities in Pakistan and universities abroad. So with that background, we all know that there's a resource constraint of the critical minerals in the whole world, and we know that the critical minerals are demand and supply gap is widening. So, for example, for copper, the time that demand and supply gap is actually widening, and this is the time that most of the countries will exhaust their copper reserves. So Pakistan is among those countries which still has their untapped resources, both in the critical minerals and in the copper. So for us as a country, it's a time that we optimize and innovate and benefit the most from our resources. We have been hearing of the huge and the vast mineral sources that we have. So this is what we have been learning since since many years in Pakistan, that we are blessed with vast and huge mineral resources. But in the last couple of years, people have started putting numbers to it: $450 billion, $6 trillion, $8 trillion. So let me share with you one of the the practice that we have been going in Pakistan. So here's a state of practice of one of the projects, actually where the project. Here The exploration started in 1975 and it continued until 2017. We spent more than 1 billion rupees in 42 years. So in 2017, once we were engaged and we were trying to make a plan, you see, mine development plan. So there were many gaps. The processing plant was actually already there, and the processing plant was designed at a cutoff grade of 8% copper. 8%. So just imagine, in 42 years, we had a report that says the copper reserve built from 1 million tons to 360 million tons. So that means there are things seriously wrong in our planning, in our exploration, in our analysis. So the many things that we need to fix. If we continue with the same decision-making process, with the same management process, we might end up spending 100 years and still standing in the same spot. It's time that we seriously change our mindset of all the tiers, of all the stakeholders that are. So just share with you the outcome of the review that we got from SRK in 2017. Let me read it for you. Which is the mineral resource classification criteria is materially flawed. That's why the range varies from 1 million to 60 million tons. Then it says, based on the above, SRK is of the opinion that the mineral resource, not reserve, resource, declared is not compliant with the job. So that means we need to put right people at the right places. We need to use the right software, the right technologies. Otherwise, we'll waste a lot of time. So that was one our national project where national institutions and national stakeholders were involved. We all know the fiasco of Rekulik. It took so long, and in 2018, I was part of that group that was meant to figure out what to do. So we decided that let's bring that company back. So we brought that company back, and people have been talking, and you all know that it will enable other investors to come to Pakistan. But once the company came back, we needed funds for the development. So let me write you a small text from the report published at the Center of Sustainable and International Center of Strategic and International Studies. Upon applying, where things went wrong in this project. Upon applying for a mining license in 2011, TCC was denied by Pakistani government, triggering an 8-year legal dispute and international arbitration case that resulted in Pakistan owing $5.8 billion in damages for unlawful exploration, equating to 2% of the country's GDP. Unable to afford the settlement, Pakistan reached an agreement in 2022 for the provincial government of Pakistan share ownership of the Barrel. So, if right people, right advisors are not at the right place, things will go wrong. And now at the end, you see, for development, we have some funding from Asian Development Bank, $410 million. Then we have $300 million funding from the government and $1.2 billion from bank in the United States. That's that we have 5 minutes. Okay. It's a long way to go. So here, let me tell you a very interesting story here. In 1993, DHP sold this project to TCC for $240 million. Sorry, $240 million. We claim that we have 147 world-class deposits in Changpet. So that means
we could have raised so much money, but we didn't because probably we didn't have a very good plan. So, as we all know that in 2023, SIFC was created, and then besides this celebration council, many roadshows were held in so many countries. But at the end, this is the funding that we received was not as a result of the facilitation or the roadshows, but other than that. So the reason for not that we couldn't raise enough money is, so let me share with you one of my experience of technical facilitation with the stakeholders who decide to whom the visas should be given. So it was a foreign investor. We were sitting there and we were telling them that we have a nice technical plan, we have a nice financial plan, and if you give us a couple of large scale visas, in 2 years we'll bring so many million, so many $100 million here. So while we were discussing this, the stakeholders sitting on the other side of the table, they said, okay, forget it, Phil. Just tell me, what kind of processing plant do you have? And what kind of mining machinery do you have? These questions embarrassed me. And the foreign investor was surprised. You know why? Anybody from the audience?
You have nothing.
No. No. The reason is, you see, the mining business is done by the junior miners and the senior and the major mining companies. The exploration people are the junior mining companies, the junior mining guys. Their limit is only up to maybe preliminary economic assessment. They have nothing to do with the mining. So our expectations were wrong. Maybe the stakeholders who decide to give the leases have no idea of, a junior mining company has nothing to do with the mining or the
It's
processing
more
plant.
artisanal mining, not even junior mining. Junior mining is a big term.
Junior mining is it's not junior mining, junior mining companies.
Yeah, it's a big term.
Junior mining companies, their life is only up till they do maybe scoping study, a preliminary economic study. Then they hand over the project to the major mining companies like BHP, transferred it to TCC. So if this is the gap, you see, maybe it's time that our stakeholders, they start connecting with the right kind of people that we are discussing, and not the ChatGPT experts. ChatGPT experts are also good, but it's better that we pick and choose a right kind of people who can advise better.
So,
You can speak for 2 more minutes.
oh, 2 more minutes, enough. So yesterday and today we have been, some of the speakers, they said that from exploration to the production, it may take 14 years. God sake, it is 21st century. With the kind of knowledge that we have, with the kind of technology that we have, no more 14 years. We can do it much less time. And those who were yesterday, some of the speakers, they were saying that we don't have technical HR. This country is full of technical HR. It's only that those technical HR are not at the right place. Somehow, the process that runs the mining, this mining business or the mining policies or mining plans, they need to connect with the right people. So, as we know that mining is, 8 major steps. So every step is very, very complicated. For every step, we need different qualifications. And for every qualification, look at the skills that we need. So every mining program and mining school, they have to be at the center of the university, which has all kinds of disciplines. Unless we pick a team and select a team which have these qualifications and skills, we will not reach anywhere. So coming over to my recommendations. So if you could spare two more minutes, I think first is that we need to have engage the community and we need to improve the security environment. And then we need to build the technical HR. Remember, one mining policy and mining rules, they are not in any of the steps. The center of the circle. And the mineral economics, they're outside the circle. So if we put only those people who are from the mineral policy or mineral economics and forget about all other qualification skills, your plans will be wild. They will not deliver the best. So we need to make a comprehensive teams. So this is my recommendation. So we have speaker here. Okay. So maybe we can talk during our. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Very nice question. Okay, so this is long. Thank you, Sufrasa. So do we know if the Dr. Marcus Manseki is online?
He must be online. No, I just received a message from him. That he sent audio recorded presentation. Do we have this audio recorded presentation?
We'll go on to Engineer Faisal Iqbal Siddiqui, and he's the Vice President, Technical for Sin and Growth. And the title of the talk is Unlocking the Potential of Tar Lignite Experiences from Block to Mining Operations.
Assalamu alaikum, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Faisal Iqbal, as already introduced. I'm Vice President Technical at Sindh Anglo Coal Mining Company. And by profession, I'm a mechanical engineer, but since 2008, I'm in mining, working with Sindh Anglo Coal Mining Company. So a brief introduction, because maybe some of you don't know about the project as well as the company. Sindh Anglo Coal Mining Company is a joint venture of Sindh government and Angro and with some private partners. Angro Corp and Angro Energy, you people all know, is the largest conglomerate of Pakistan. And we have all 54% partnership with Sindh government, rest are the private partners along with Angro and other partners. So I'll briefly go to the presentation topic. The topic is about thermal coal. Thermal coal is a type of lignite coal reserves which we found back in 1990 in Sindh province. And this reserve is so much humongous in quantity that you can see that it is around 175 billion tons in reserves, and the which is one of the largest. It's I think seventh largest in the world in terms of reserves. The block which we possesses, the lease which we have, has 2 billion tons of lignite reserve within our block, which is around 100 square kilometer, 95.5 to be accurate. So this is our block, and if we convert the energy content into the oil equivalent, which is very common and very famous now, so I'll very quickly go through. It's 50 billion tons of oil equivalent of more than Saudi and Iranian oil together, and in terms of gas also it's more than Iranian gas reserves and Qatar gas reserves. So this is the amount of energy we are having. And if we consider it only for the power generation, only for our block, so our block can provide around 5,000 megawatt energy for 50 years without any interruption. So much reserves are there. And in order to compare it with the reserves in the vicinity, you can see the in our sorry in the close vicinity there is a this pointer is not pointer. First button? No, it's. Okay, this one. So you can see this. So block two is 2 billion tons, while in entire Gujarat province of India, they were having 2.7 billion tons of coal reserves, which they have already exhausted. And we are still working and we are like producing coal. So you see, we started the production back in 2019. We started our mine with 3.8 million tons of mine. And in phase two in 2022, we expanded it to 8.7. It's not 87, 8.7 now. We are working to develop the mine up to 11 million tons. By September, we'll be able to start producing 11. And by 2030, we'll be producing 20 million tons from the same coal mine. So a brief history, as Dr. Saab was also saying that there were a lot of challenges in developing the mineral sector. And although it's coal is easier in a sense in terms of mining, it's easier, but still it took almost, you see, in 1990, this was explored. And when we started working, I was the first employee of Sindh Agro Coal Mining Company. When I came, we started the feasibility study back in 2009. And after 2009, we were able to achieve the financial close in 2016 and in 2019. So almost it took us 9 to 10 years to start coal production from start of bankable feasibility study to the start of coal production. And since now we are producing, and I can show you the progress of the mine. You see that we are supplying coal to the different power plants. The Lucky Power Plant, which is located in Karachi, we have supplied to them around 3.8, almost 4 million ton. 21.6 million ton we have supplied to Thal Nova Power Plant, Thal Energy Power Plant, and Angro Powers and Thal Limited, which is a mine mouth power plant located very close to our mine, 4 kilometer. We have almost supplied 43 million. So in total, more than 80 million tons of coal we have supplied to them. And the significance of this coal supplied is that when there was a energy crisis, you all know that there was LC crisis and other crisis. So at that time, actually, the significance of our indigenous coal realized that we are actually enlightening almost 3 million household through this 1320 megawatt of power. We are actually providing electricity to 3 million household or after phase 3, which is within 2-3 months. In September, we'll be able to produce this. So we'll be able to supply power to 4.5 million households. And this power being indigenous, it is 3 times cheaper than that of imported coal, which is coming from South Africa or Indonesia or any part of the world. So it is 3 times cheaper. So it is actually helping out, easing out the circular debt issue which this country is having. And we have so far from 2019 till 2006 and 5-6 years, 7 years, we have saved around $1.6 billion of foreign exchange, because otherwise this coal has to be imported from Indonesia or Australia or South Africa. So this amount we have saved to the country. This is some of the snapshots of the actual mine pictures, drone pictures of the mine. It is 200-meter deep and almost located at, because the area we have almost 100 square kilometer, but so far we have discovered or explored or exploited around 1.5 by 2.5 kilometer area. These are some of the close pictures. This is typical geology of thermal coal. It is a simpler geology. You can see there are, but it is multi-seam mining. So the only challenge, the biggest challenge is that the coal is buried very deep, around 150 meters. So first seam which you receive is after 150. So for that to reach the coal, you have to excavate the earth without any production of coal or anything. So in like when we started the mine, it took us almost 3 years to only remove the earth and store it to the outside dump. And then we started the coal production. So in 2016, we started the coal, the overburden removal, and in 2019, we were able to produce the coal. But once you reach on the main coal seam, it is almost two-thirds of the entire coal reserve. This is very good. So the thickness of that coal seam is almost 16 meter. So once you are there, you are at the bed of the coal and you start sustainable production from that. So this is the typical how the sequencing of the mine we are doing. So it is. I tried to show the simulation video actually, if it works. Yeah, maybe it's not compatible. So I think it's stuck. Next. Okay. So this is again a layout of the mine, how the mine got developed. You see that this is the mining area where we are doing the excavation. We call it box cut, and all the waste, which is earth actually, we are sending it to the outside dump. You see this typical 80-meter high mountain created through this overburden excavation. And now because we are now able to produce coal, so we got the vacant coal position. So now we are doing the in-pit dumping. This is again the geology. So now we'll come to the potential of third coal. So there are actually many potentials, but we are trying to identify or the mention three main potentials. One is the power potential, which we have already demonstrated. We are producing around 1300 megawatt through third coal. The other is the coal to gas. You can see we can use this third lignite to produce gas as well as fertilizer. And the third one is the cement sector, which is now the major consumer of the imported coal in Pakistan. So we'll touch base all these three dimensions separately. So first of all, come to the gas. You see, Pakistan for Pakistan total gas demand is around 3.2 billion cubic feet per day, out of which the local production is around 2.5 billion cubic feet per day. So there is always a shortfall of 700 mmcfd in the country. And alternatively, you can see that fertilizer sector, it is the one of the largest sector of gas consumer. So they are also utilizing around 700 million cubic feet gas to produce fertilizer. And we have been seeing on the media, as well as we have been listening, that gas reservoirs in the country are depleting. So there will be a shortfall of the gas, and ultimately there might be a shortfall of the fertilizer, which is very bad for the agriculture industry. So what we are working, and actually other companies are also working on that, to how to utilize that thermal coal, which is indigenous in nature, to produce gas and ultimately the fertilizer. So you can see we have identified the potential that 3 million tons of thermal coal, because there is no shortage of the reserves. 3 million tons of thermal coal can be utilized to produce around 1.1 million tons of urea fertilizer. And on through this, we will be able to save $400 million per annum if we import urea, or if we import LNG to fill this shortage of the 700 million mmcfd gap in the demand and supply, which is being imported through LNG from Qatar or anywhere. So we can save, if you directly produce from thermal coal, this urea fertilizer will be able to save 400. So this is only one part. We can expand it to maybe, we can even supply to 10 million tons per annum coal and produce more fertilizer. So there is no limit for that, because coal reserves are enough. The other sector which we are tapping, and we have already in discussion with the cement sector, as well as we have tried our coal in cement sector, because there was a myth that third coal cannot be utilized in the cement sector because it has high in moisture, it is high in sulfur. So we have tried third coal blending with some the cement plants, Westway, Pioneer, Power Cement. So there is a potential that 4 to 6, you can see the cement capacity in Pakistan, almost 90 million tons per annum cement capacity is installed in Pakistan, out of which 45 million tons are in production. So these are the numbers for the cement sector. If we only tap 20% blending, and they are 100% relying on the imported coal, because coal is used in their manufacturing as a product as well. So they are mainly relying on the imported coal. They are the largest importer of the coal in the country. 5 minutes, okay. So 4 to 6 million tons of third coal can be utilized after blending of only 20%, which will eventually save around $200 to $300 million per annum. And this does not require any modification in hardware of the kiln of the cement plants or anything. So this is the significant potential we have. This foreign exchange saving by import substitution we can have. The next is what we are doing to connect this third coal, because Thar is located very far part of the Pakistan. It's near to Indian border. So government of Pakistan is working very fast on the connecting Thar coal through rail link. So this is a brief update on that. So once this is connected, Thar coal will be open to the entire country for the imported coal power plant, for the cement sector. So what now we'll come to the vision, what we are carrying, that we will become a sustainable miner as well as aligned with the international practices. We are working on that direction. So just to show you some of the glimpse that our recognition, we have won Alhamdulillah British Council Safety Award. We are a winner of the Alliance for Water Stewardship. This is the gold certification, and we are the only one, for the first mine in the world having this certification for water stewardship from the AWS. Good, and we are gold certified in that. And also the other certificates, we have Pakistan Digital Award, NSC Award, National Safety Award, and other mining technology. A lot of recognitions we are having through international institutions as well. Now we are working because Thar is located very far in the part, so we don't have electricity access. When we started the mining, we were relying on the diesel power generation. Now we are working to get the power from the grid to save the diesel and foreign exchange. So we are working on that. The other initiatives which we have taken, our entire fleet is all diesel power driven trucks. So we are working to replace them with the electric vehicles, electric trucks. And we have already tried 4 electric vehicles in our mine. Results are very satisfactory. So we are planning to gradually replace the diesel fleet with the electric trucks. You can see the benefit that it will save CO2 reduction, and we'll have 13% saving annually in terms of diesel and the foreign exchange, and 10.5 million or $11 million foreign exchange will be saved, because all the diesel is being imported in the country, and it will be having only 3 years payback period. So all the trucks will be because they are expensive in nature, but their payback is very shorter. The next, what we are doing for the community, if you are interested, I can take you through. We are working on several parts, like we are working on the environment. We have planted almost 1 million trees, and 165 acres we have transformed through biosaline agriculture, and also flora and fauna and other things. We are protecting our environment, and as well as because Thar is very poor in nature. It's 109th out of 114 on human development index. Very poor in nature. After, I think, Charlie, Thar is the second lowest in country, or third lowest. So literacy rate is very low, child birth and malnourished are there, and the immunization rate is very low. So on all these aspects, our company is working. You see, we are working on the healthcare. There is a hospital, 150-bed hospital. We have constructed a 150-bed hospital. For now, it is 50-bed, and expansion plan is to take it to 150-bed. We have already started OPD there. You can see 15 million per month we are spending for the healthcare of the Now, sorry? 2 minutes, okay. So these are the CSR initiatives. Now, some of the technological initiatives which we are taking in our mine. So because mine is earthen mine, we have installed a slope monitoring system, state of the art, world best state of the art slope monitoring system, which is called radar. Hexagon is the market leader in that, and we have installed their radar system through which we can predict any slope movement in the mine if there is any earthquake movement or anything. We are using fixed drone surveys, fixed drones for surveying rather than manual surveying, and we are also installing a 3D laser monitoring for the benches, for the monitoring of the productivity of the equipment and other thing. Mine surveillance, entire mine is being monitored through surveillance camera through a centralized control room. And we are, for the measurement of the coal, we are now utilizing the weighbridge, but we have also installed a volumetric scanner to get the accurate results, as well as drone topography we are using for survey and for the other the calculation of the coal and earth removal. We have installed in all our trucks, we have installed a truck monitoring system. We are installing a AI-based fatigue monitoring system because the mining is day-night operation. So when driver is operating, if he is yawning, he is sleeping. So we have installed we have already tried and tested it, fatigue monitoring system, that it reads the face of the driver, and if it is yawning or getting sleepy, so it generates alarm, send alarm to the control room. These initiatives we have already taken. EV I have already explained. So this is actually this is the final slide in which what we are doing as a company, as Sindh Agro Coal Mining Company. What are the headline numbers you can see? So our key numbers by 2030, our mine size will be 20 million tons, which is now 7.6. It will be 20 million tons by 2013. We will be saving $4 billion annual saving for the country. We will be enlightening, inshallah, 7 million household of the country, and by 2000 plus megawatt will be in the grid through our third port. And production scale, I have already explained. What green initiatives, what we have taken, we are connecting through the grid to avoid diesel power generation. Inclusive development through CSR, we have already explained. And world-class mining, we are following Australian standard, George standard for the geology. For the safety standard, we are following Queensland safety standard. So in any term, in any respect, you can consider our mine as a world-class mine. We are following all the international standards. We are digitizing our mine step by step so that manual interventions are avoided, as we have already done in surveying. There is no manual survey being done. All the survey through drone, all the mapping through digital mapping, so geofencing and other thing. And also you can see the EV initiative that we are trying to replace our diesel trucks also. Although it is more expensive, EV trucks are more expensive, but we have taken this initiative to save the planet, to save the forests, or all these initiatives. Thank you very much.
Next we move on to vendor, the Bahan is 550. Payment, money is very bad, and then he develops both anticipate our price again. नहीं सर ऑनलाइन
Assalamualaikum all. Yeah, am I audible to all?
Yes, sir.
Assalamualaikum. This is Dr. Fahad Irfan Siddiqui. Sorry for being little late.
और सुन रहे हैं हम आगे जाएं आप
So, this is Dr. Fahad Irfan Siddiqui. I'm Associate Professor and Chairman, Department of Mining Engineering, Mehran University, Jamshoro. Today I'm going to talk about Tharkol, especially its long-term energy security and power price stability and the industrial uplift for Pakistan. So, nowadays a very hot topic everywhere, the Pakistan mineral wealth, and this conversation is getting wider. So, this mineral development in Pakistan is on a very fast track, and hopefully we are on a good, clear track to get the excellence in this mineral development in Pakistan. Especially Reko Diq is on a full move. Unfortunately, the Pakistan mining industry contribute less than 1% of the GDP today, as compared to the global averages of 6%. Opportunity is real, but I believe the translation into the actual industry is at a slow pace. So what I want to plead a case today is a case of a Thar, which could lay a very bedrock for Pakistan mineral industry as well. Tharkol not only providing the cheaper power to Pakistan, but it can lay a very strong bedrock for mineral industry or mineral industrialization in Pakistan. And it will help us scaling the mineral industry to the broader level. Today, as we speak, Tharkol, what we can say, if I can just say that what percentage of Tharkol is utilized so far is just 0.05% of the total mineral measured reserve or measured resource we have barely used Tharkol today. So the Pakistan industrial backbone runs on the foreign supplies, whether it is imported coal, whether it is a fertilizer, or all kind of chemical is being imported to Pakistan for its base industries. We not only for other industry or the primary fuel consumption, we are also importing 6 million ton of imported coal to fire up the IPPs these days. And of course, the power produced by those power plants are highly linked with the foreign exchange. Since a very recent events, we feel a global energy shock. And I think Pakistan came to a verge of the energy become our national security exposure. The Brent went up around 32%. LNG went up around 140%. Coal went up around 41%, and urea 70%. And being Pakistan a minority buyer, and what we do, as we don't have any long-term contract of coal with anyone, so we became a residual buyer. What is left over in the market after the big economies or big consumer of coal, India and China, what left for us is just a very vulnerable fuel source or vulnerable supplies. And we don't have any priority allocation in the world of all these, especially except this LNG things. Uh, uh, Coming back to the natural gas, which is ever depleting in Pakistan, we are reliant on imported LNG, and mostly we are producing urea and other fertilizer from natural gas. And due to this event, post 28th February, we are facing just like a strategic choke point for the urea production in Pakistan. And there is an estimate that almost the Pakistan fertilizer sector consumes around 25% of the natural gas. So China has already answered this call very quickly, very positively, and they have converted their base industries coal to chemical around using 500 million ton per annum to support these type of industries. And not only this, but they have shifted their coal resources to the production of fertilizer, chemical, etc. So very strong standpoint in terms of energy security, call to chemical conversion, and the margin that they are reaping these days, where the urea price is ever 70% higher than the post pre-February position. And not only this, the base industries and all these things, but the seaborne coal is also shrinking for Pakistan. Not only because of the higher prices and the other oil-based crisis, but due to the structural changes being happening in Indonesia, which is the world largest exporter of coal, and Pakistan is mostly importing coal from Indonesia. And we can see a sharp decline on year basis, around 15% in first 9 months of 2025. And this is going to be go further down. And also there is some export restriction from the Indonesian government. And also when we are going to see this, we are not on the export priority list of Indonesia. When the consumption of China, India, Japan, Korea vanish, then we are going to get some share from Indonesia. On the other hand, the South Africa, they have the aging infrastructure and will be having a problem with the rail networks in their systems. And this Richard Bay will also suffer some shortcomings in year. Also, a neighboring India is taking around 25 million ton in 2024, whereas on the other hand, Pakistan got only 2.5 million ton from the South African Richard Bay. Third, when we see the maths, it's overwhelming. We have 175.506 billion ton of resource at Thar, and Of course, it's like a hypothetical resource, but it can be converted into the mired resources as well. And we are sure that they raise 30 billion ton of mired resources, 100% domestic, free from any shock of foreign exchange. Comparatively lower stripping ratio, and now the proven case of mining being practiced. I hope Faisal, I will see the Faisal there, and he might have. I miss his presentation, but he might have covered all the practical aspect of Thar mining operations. So currently, we have the Thar is providing around 15.4, including this phase three. But cutting long story short, we need to go a long way. We are just moving from 19 million ton to 60 million ton per annum by 2035 to reap the actual benefit from Thar, because the day we are speaking to each other, Thar is highly underutilized. The answer to the mineral industry growth is a cheaper cost of inputs, and I believe the major input cost will be of the electricity. Just as a very quick numbers, we can see that even a single ton of cobalt uses around to refine it from the ore to the cobalt metal. Uh, Around 30,000 units of electricity being used. So the upgradation, value addition is closely linked with the cheaper cost of inputs, especially the electricity, which Thar has a potential to offer. As we see that currently Thar is the most cheapest fuel in Pakistan, providing around 4 rupees per unit of electricity, the fuel cost as compared to the imported coal, which is hovering around 30 these days. So if and the good thing about Thar, as you expand, this 4 rupees per kilowatt hour will get reduced in real terms. As when I connecting the dot between Thar and our mining industry, the classical example is Democratic Republic of Congo (DRC), providing 70% of the global cobalt, the critical mineral for EV. Yet the DRC is the lowest HDI, and most of the people, 73%, is living under the extreme poverty, and electricity access is just 20% to the population. So all the cobalt, raw and concentrate is being exported, leaving nothing for DRC. And the world, we can conclude here that the world largest cobalt producer is among the world poorest economy. So
Excuse me, you have 5 minutes only.
yes, I'm going to complete it. Thank you. The mineral wealth without the affordable industrial energy and the electricity uh, is indispensable, and we need to avoid to being a raw material exporting country like DRC. So 5 demand of pillars, which this call field will definitely support. There are certain IPPs which are using the imported coal can be converted into the Thar. This will not only provide the cheaper fuel to the IPPs as well, the converted IPPs, but also the other already mine mouth IPPs, all will get the benefit from this expansion. Cement industry can easily use this coal because currently the cement industry is importing around 8 million ton of coal every year. Coal to fertilizer is a very ambitious project, and we can take lessons from China to revive the industry, and all this call to chemical industries as well. So in coming years, 30 to 50 MTPA for Thar is just a very viable or we can say very affordable mining operations can be established there. We can see one proof of concept right now. Jamshoro has already conducted a feasibility study on the conversion, and the number speaks itself that there is a positive NPV for the overall project. Of course, Pakistan has to build the mining industry that needs some inputs, which Thar will play a very important role. Skilled workforce from this mining operation, the experience from this mining operation can be translated into other industries, other open pit mining experiences. Uh, as maybe Faisal brief about the indigenization, that many things are now being indigenized in Pakistan, and most of the services are being done by the or carried out by the Pakistani firms and companies. Logistic and infrastructure is being carried out. The train construction, rail construction is underway and will be operational by the end of the year. There are case of exploration capability. They have conducted the exploration around. We have some regulatory and financing track records there. This can bridge the wider mineral development industry in Pakistan. So, of course, we cannot say the Thar is eco-friendly, but now here the option is not eco-friendly. Here's the option which is sustainable. The choices are two non-ideal choices. We need to go for either for imported coal or the Thar coal with the same emissions and all these things. So now we need to hover around 3 points. The strategic moment is now. We need to develop our infrastructure in terms of supplying a cheaper electricity, affordable electricity for the industries that can value add to the mineral industries. And of course, the model exists. China is the great model for us to follow the path, to follow the downstream industries. And the mining industry development is a dividend, it's just a bonus from these things. So there is a capability for Thar to move to around 16 MTPA and providing all the required energy inputs to the mineral industry that can unleash the mineral potential, real mineral wealth for once. Thank you all. Thank you for listening patiently.
जज़ाकल्लाह, आपने बड़े टाइम तक प्रेजेंटेशन कंप्लीट की है और now we are at the end of this session. I think we left with one presentation more and then conclude session. तो हम चाहेंगे कि जो आपकी ये रिकमेंडेशन है, अगर आपको भेज भी सकें आपके उसमें भी है, लेकिन हम शामिल कर लेंगे आपकी रिकमेंडेशन. ठीक है?
Sure, sir. I will send the written recommendations.
Once again, thank you very much.
Thanks.
Okay. So, thank you. वो आप वाली ये स्लाइड दिखा करके
ओके सर, ठीक है. नहीं, उसको कंक्लूडिंग सेशन में रखना चाहते तो उसमें रखना चाहे.
किसको नहीं आप दे दें ना, आप जैसे कल उसने दी है एक स्लाइड
नहीं मेरे साथ
नहीं आपने नहीं सुनी है. दस मिनट
20 minutes, sir. 20 minutes.
उसके बाद कंक्लूड करके आई की है, खाना जाना नहीं है.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
I am grateful that I have opportunity to discuss on economic stability of Pakistan through minerals. I think two presenters have second me, Mr. Fahd Afan Siddiqui and from Anglo. Inshallah, I will try to explain it more. This is my profile. I have BSc mining engineering from UT Peshawar. Then I worked in different organizations, but that I short it. I have a Mining Insight YouTube channel. You may visit the channel and can see there are more than 2,000 videos on this channel. Mining Insight. The sequence of my presentation is Pakistan's mineral potentials overview, major projects in Pakistan, and reasons for non-development of mineral resources and way forward. This is a case study of Botswana. You can see there are some mining companies in the world. From 2001 to 2009, a case study was conducted, and it was known that their economic growth, for example, Anglo, Riton, Rio Tinto, BHP was in 26 billion US dollars in 2001, while BHP in 2009 to 15 billion US dollars. These all companies are mineral related companies. And in second row, Africa and Botswana comparison. Botswana major business is mining. And in last graph, Botswana's three industries has been compared: agriculture, mining, and manufacturing. Just go back, in 1960s, Botswana was the poorest country in the world. Its GDP was just only 70 US dollar, while Pakistan's GDP at that time was 379 US dollar. Now, in 2025, Botswana's GDP is 8,300, while Pakistan's GDP is only 1,812. The foreign debts of Pakistan as per March 2026, 137.6 billion US dollar. The annual budget of Pakistan is 62.3 billion US dollar, the current budget, while the only one deposit of Thar granite, its worth is around 500 billion US dollars. And the Thar coal reserves, its value is about 7,000 billion US dollars. Only two deposits can change the economic condition of Pakistan. And there are so many deposits in Chagi. Source of raw materials for industry, I believe mining is the backbone of every industry. Civil, mechanical, electrical, any industry, name any industry, its raw material comes from mining. Even a laptop, a cell phone, there are 35 minerals around used in a cell phone. Every person, around 4 ton minerals used per year. Pakistan's major mineral resources, our government says that we have 8 trillion US dollar mineral resources. This chart is around major minerals, not minor minerals, and there are around 13 billion US dollars, maybe more than this. These are mineral maps of different provinces. Again, I believe if we focus only two districts of Pakistan, district Chargi and district Tharparkar, and declare them mining districts, Pakistan's economy can grow. Only in Balochistan, there are around 328 mining leases. Mega mining projects includes, there is Titian Belt, which comes from Hungary and crossing the different countries, it enters in Pakistan through Iran, and there are Sandak project, Rekodik projects, and even Waziristan copper project on this belt. Sandak project, it is about 412 million tons of copper, producing annually 20,000 tons of copper and 3.5 ton silver, 1.5 ton gold since 2002. Similarly, H4 Tanjil project, 94 million tons of deposits are there. Its worth is around 2.77 billion US dollars. And one of the world's largest underdeveloped Rekodik project, which was basically H14 and H15, two blocks. And there are 13 more blocks available in that area. We are saying it is the world's largest copper and gold project. Its current capacity is, which will be operational in 2029, 200,000 tons per day. It will be processed. You can see its video on my YouTube channel. As I say, there are 13 more blocks in that area. We have just working on 2 blocks. Another project which is in Waziristan, working on FW is working. I was also the part of that project. About 1,500 tons per day copper ore is processed in this project. Another mega project of Pakistan, the lead zinc project. It is Pakistan's largest underground metallic project. It was again explored in 1988 and came in production in 2015. Placer gold. It is also one of the famous project and very easy project. In all other projects like Sandak, Rekodik, there is a lot of exploration is required. But after exploration, billions of dollars are required for its execution, plants, processing. In this case, in placer mining, there is no extensive plant required, no drilling, blasting, no grinding, milling cost. Just it is very easy to extract. Government has last time auctioned 4 blocks with 4.93 billion rupees. 13 blocks are under process for auction. As a feasibility study, 800 billions rupees and 600 billion rupees deposits are in Indus River. It is very easy. Local made machinery. Manpower, lots of manpower can be worked. In last time, now the government has banned so many areas, but as I know, about 3,000 excavators were working. Around 3,000 excavators were working in that area for excavation of places gold. And on one excavator, around 10 to 15 labor work. Again, you can see my video on site. All, I think, have talked so much, Mr. Siddiqui. I skip this. Dimension stones. Pakistan is also blessed with lots of dimension stones. About 297 billion tons of dimension stones are available in Pakistan. About 170 types, 3,000 processing units are working, 1,500 quarries, and about 200,000 people are working in this sector. This mine is in Pakistan, in Ugi. It is just like an international standard black granite mine. As once again in Thar, there are 480 square kilometer area where one of the world's best quality granite is available, and its resources are around 10.06 billion tons. Its feasibility has been conducted by government of Sindh. Around 6 to 7 colors are available. These are the area where granite, around 5 blocks. If we say the quality of this granite, it is almost as international standards, one of the best quality granite. These are the STM standards for granite, marble, limestone, and sandstone. And on this slide, I have compared all the qualities of Thar granite as per international standards. All parameters are on best side. For granite, the hardness is required 5 to 7, and for Thar granite, it starts from 7. Water absorption, it is on best side. Compressive strength, hardness, in every respect, it is one of the best granite. But there is no working. This is the feasibility which was conducted in 2010, and all details of this are available. I worked on this project. Not so extensive machinery is required. Only you can start with a single excavator and compressor and 4 to 5 laborers. You can start today, and after 2 or 3 days, you can extract the blocks for international standards. Pakistan is also blessed with lot of industrial minerals: barite, fire clay, silica, gypsum, limestone, magnesite, rock salt, phosphate, lead oxide, and soapstone. All these minerals are of good quality and sufficient deposits. Salt, Pakistan's pink salt, especially very famous in all over the world. As per GSP report, there are 2.6 billion tons of salt reserves in Vadsha and Khushab, and 10.54 billion tons reserves in Karak, Wadakhil. Pakistan's total production, including private sector and PMDC and Panmin, is not more than 4 million. Okay, sir. Cement sector. In Pakistan, there are around 25 to 28 cement plants with annual capacity of 86 million tons. Pakistan among the countries which are exporting cement. And we have so sufficient limestone deposits that we even can install more than 100 cement plants. These are the different areas where cement plants are operational. Pakistan have also good deposits of iron. There is a feasibility study of a steel mill in Kalabagh. Germans have developed study and even core drilling and complete study, but later on we tilted to Russian and installed a steel mill in Karachi. But there is a complete feasibility study of 1 million tons per year in Kalabagh. Along with the steel, can be produced 150,000 tons of phosphorus, fertilizers, and 1.3 million tons slag, which can be used for construction of roads. 1966, around 30,000 ton raw iron ore from Kalabagh was taken to German and experimented there, and this steel was made. And they celebrated Steel Day. But later on, we could not work on that project. Pakistan is also blessed with precious and semi-precious stones. Mr. Tawfiq explained yesterday very well on gemstones. We have very good quality gemstones, particularly topaz, ruby, emerald, but there is lack of processing industry. Semi-precious stone, nephrite, is one of the stone which Pakistan have in very good quantity. Reasons for non-development of mineral sectors: institutional weakness, lack of coordination between mineral sector stakeholders, lack of proper exploration and reserve estimation of mineral deposits, lack of prioritization, lack of training and use of modern mining techniques, leasing, regulatory system problems, export market is not targeted, no bank financing for mining as agriculture and industry, lack of motivation and leadership, and lack of infrastructure. Way forward: reforms in regulatory mechanism, leasing system, training and strong linkages of academia and industries, development of stakeholders, public-private partnership, infrastructure development from mines to market. There should be regular international mining exhibitions, conferences in Pakistan, showcase of Pakistani minerals, mineral yards, help desk, displays in Pakistani embassies, mineral development bank like Zari Taraqqiyati Bank and Industrial Development Bank. Thank you.
Recording session starts with this आशा को स्लाइड चला लेंगे जो रिकॉर्डिंग ठीक है ना ताकि खत्म हो जाए रिकॉर्डिंग चलने के बाद बस से करता नहीं कंक्लूजन आफ्टर कंक्लूजन इस सेशन से पूरा के कंक्लूडिंग सेशन we start concluding session just drop the recommendation 30 minutes 25 minutes right now right my recommendation okay so can you just science there's time that is I think this is somewhere you may come please you may ask about please you ask professor yeah no I think he's the best would say I don't want this there for no you know it's a professor yeah yes that's another Okay, you share vision. No, it's okay, because it's okay. No, wait, go ahead. No, yeah, this was, it's all good. Yes, that's a quick session here. Oh. Sorry, now we reach to the concluding session. And within 25 to 30 minutes, inshallah, we will try to conclude the recommendations for future implementation, etc. So we will start with having recommendation based on the presentation made since yesterday. So I would request everybody to write down if they have some suggestions to be included in the recommendation, so that we can take those and make them in a compiled form and as a compiled document that can be added. So we have almost 30 minutes time before we have the delay. That's the first of we are there in the evening for the list. So people are then some so use of note and government can cancel somebody should write out the suggestions people. So write down करते हैं one by one जो भी है और उसके मुताबिक So let's start with the inviting the suggestion from the participants and the presenters. Although presenters have already made their recommendation during their presentation, but still I would like to have concise form presentation, the suggestions from you. So please, anybody who can take just.
Hi, Odin, thank you very much. Thank you very much for giving this opportunity. Keeping in view the presentations which are deliberating yesterday and today, that's for next presentations. The major recommendations in my mind about this, there are a need of time that we have to synchronize the resources. A lot of the institutions are there around the country. I mean, Center of Excellences are working, a lot of the geological institutions are working. Each and every university is contributing a lot. But there is no common platform. I mean, we need a platform like a consortium which synchronizing all the institutions with a national agenda. Like all the advanced countries, we have to define one agenda. Like, for example, we have to define for the financial year 26-27 to be focused to for development of limestone or for development of any other mineral. But we have to make a national agenda and integrate the activities, bifurcation of the activities among all institutions. And the second important suggestion, in order to execute this plan, we have to make a working groups of experts, including from public, private, R&D organizations, whatever, with a core responsibility aligned with their expertise, so that they are able to contribute a lot for that purpose. And the last important suggestion, keeping in view very important point highlighted by Dr. Safety issues are major issues. I personally visited, I personally part of the different regimes and the different industries as a technical advisor and consultant. Safety is a big problem, so it's not only the challenge, it actually deteriorate the image of the country in the mining sector. So my first suggestion, I was also contributing person in the coal mining part, and I was very acknowledged the development is going on in coal mining from the safety point of view. We have need to replicate the same practices as a policy pillar for execution in the mining sector. Another important feature, as I was just sharing with that, I'm from Pakistan Science Foundation. We have a subsidiary organization, Pakistan Museum of Natural History, or planting or work as a director for our sciences division. There are a lot of opportunities that we have to bring the limelight of the minerals into international diorama to displays and the galleries and the museums. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I just wanted to say something a little bit about consortium. this is something I will let Dr. Abdul Rahim talk a little bit about just the response. Have you mentioned it before? The work we are doing is concerned.
Yesterday I have discussed this in detail.
So you invite to like.
So I actually can, it's a very good idea, and actually I have an idea of combining your recommendation and your recommendation. In my point of view, we should have, unless we include the academia and the practicing part, Pakistan Engineering Council, we want to be able to be anywhere. So I recommend that this consortium should be sponsored by HEC, Pakistan Engineering Council, and Planning Commission of Pakistan. I actually already have some discussions with them, but no, these to this consortium, this should be taken to Pakistan Higher Education Commission for the grant of research funds and for allocating the problem areas to the universities, and sponsorship by Pakistan Engineering Council, so that they tell the consultants and contractors to give us the problems and follow our review, take our recommendations, and then the planning commission, their sponsorship, so that everything that we are doing is at the national scale.
Yeah. One thing I would like to just adding it from the planning part, we should find out in the coming financial year 26-27, Pakistan Science Foundation, I myself is defending a project of National Technology Innovation Fund, which is a big project, and that is about the grants of the consortium research. I'm the project director on this and defending this project. I disagree to some extent about the role of the HEC for consortium research, because HEC is a regulatory body. But Pakistan Science Foundation being an body of the scientific work, so we are supporting the consortium research, and currently we are bringing a proposal of 2 billion rupees as a PSP projects, and it is almost mature in itself, and it will actually be floating in the next BSDP of 26-27. So we are focusing on the consortium research. Consortium research is like a role of key laboratories in advanced countries, like Australia, China too. We are actually, like in the National Science Foundation and Chinese Academy of Sciences, we should build our industrial consortiums.
So maybe instead of HEC, you are recommending Pakistan Science Foundation.
Yeah, of course. Maybe a stakeholder. Thank you.
आपने इसी का कहा है अभी तक और जो मिनरल इंडस्ट्री है ये एज इंडस्ट्री इट्स नॉट डिक्लेयर्ड देन but science engineering concept take those things like construction industry where they have regulatory it has nothing to do with the mining industry. So how can they will lead this consortium? So I think one of our recommendations should be at least within Pakistan, this should be declared as an industry.
So that's like to the PSC that on that.
Recent government has announced industry in provincial capacity. They declared it industry. Recent government
just then they have to come to Pakistan also.
But I think on national level, I have no idea, but Lucent declared.
No, it's not okay. The trade of mines and minerals and provinces under the 18th Amendment, they are granting the leases, they are extending the leases, they are all regulated. How can they not, there is no third party, independent party, people can see and like construction industry.
I was reading a notification of government of Balochistan.
This is the national government, it should take the national policy, it should be industry, then Pakistan will also will come and they will regulate themselves.
Lots of, with all due respect to both senior person, but I think still is a provincial subject after 18th amendment and the provinces are looking at this. I think that's why they notified.
Actually, it's notified, but there is no money. Of the independent
कैसे गवर्नमेंट आप भी करें।
इसी पे एक नया एक्ट आया है 2025 का, जिसका ऑर्गेनाइजेशन की जा रही है, चालू रीस्ट्रक्चरिंग हो रही है, जिसमें हमारी पीएमडी
सर इसको रेकमेंडेशन ले जाते हैं सर। इसमें एक और है, एक और रेकमेंडेशन है, starts with the curriculum, the first step of mining education. अब देखिए, we talk of the smart technology, smart techniques. Why not smart technology? And we did some research a couple of years ago with faculty in University of the Witwatersrand in Bangalore. And we have identified the anchor courses and the elective courses for the mining programs, for the bachelor's, for the master's, and the PhD. I will give a list of those that research.
Who's the reference of that? What curriculum and any curriculum within Pakistan, there are things, especially for engineering, mining engineering. Because last time I added that connection. But HC and EUC are both united together, and they have in 2024 have just came with the fact of the food of the curriculum. So if we have to change that, again, we have to use platforms, policy or.
No, we will send our recommendation then.
There is small short observation that we are focusing on our national and in the context of our domestic mineral mining sector. This is an international symposium. I believe that we should recommend something for develop some consortium for OEC countries. So we are talking about our home issues, domestic issues. I don't think it's fair that so much is maybe there are so many people from OIC countries, they have arrived here, and there so many people might be on online. So we should focus on like from OIC, how could we may develop some synergy with OIC countries. Recommend us. No, I'm a layman. So let me. I'm a media person. Just I perceive that we are focusing on here prepare recommendation for Pakistani government. Okay.
So I'll respond to that. Actually, sir, as we all know that the software which are used in the mining industry, the mining industry, they are very, very costly. And there are only few people in the university and the industry can run the software. And the laboratories, the process laboratories and the other rock engineering laboratories, the equipment is very, very costly. Maybe in Pakistan, maybe only this one or two university can afford a type with price to type with testing. And maybe it is there in Malaysia, and maybe there's so many nice labs in Turkey. Yes. So I think we need to collaborate to make use of the the common use of the faculty, the software, and the laboratories. I think we need this is what we
I would like to share case study with you. I'm managing exploration at Pakistan Mineral Development Corporation (PMDC) under Ministry of Petroleum. PMDC has flagship in mineral on state level here in Pakistan. I'm leading up an exploration project in Balochistan, antimony exploration project. PMDC, Pakistan Mineral Development Corporation, has executed exploration as per JOR and NI international standards. I was exploration lead, and PMDC has executed that project as per National Instrument 33 and JOR, International Best Exploration Practices. So, what kind of problems we face? I would like to share with you, and I think these things will help you in these recommendations. I have executed remote sensing. We have executed exploration program in which the first phase remote sensing I have executed successfully as per international standards. I did not face any problem. In second phase, we have conducted geochemical studies, sampling. When we submitted those samples to labs, we did not have CRs, quality assurance and quality control samples. So basically, this is the basic problem. We should focus on labs those labs, we must have CRM samples, quality assurance samples, quality control samples. And after that, I have executed phase 3, prospect skill map. So we have software, we successfully completed that phase. And now we are in geophysical, import phase, geophysical surveys. And we have resources, human resource and technical resources in Pakistan. And we can do this phase successfully. And next drilling, we have drilling companies here in Pakistan and we can do this. But resource modeling, again, we don't have this, we don't have human resource. They conduct resource modeling as per JORC or international standards. This is my personal experience.
Thank you. We know idea here in release of the team idea. So basically, your consortium idea. This is, I think that consortium should take all these responsibilities. मेरे पास अगर एक SRI का या SRID है, how can the meetings are written there? So that consortium should be to the point where we have to pull up all
to allow me to respond to the video. Sir, I will tell you, at the national level, we have been studying the solution concept. Once we have developed this solution at the local level, we will be able to accelerate. There should be some other forum for that, for local.
ऐसा होगा कि ये कंसोर्शियम जो होगा जैसे पाकिस्तान ये कंसोर्शियम हमारा पाकिस्तान ही था ठीक है लेकिन पूरी दुनिया में अपने आप को इंडिकेट होता है और वो इनको मानते हैं और हम उनको मानते हैं लेकिन इसके ये कंसोर्शियम जो होगा जो कि इंटरनेशनल साथ लाइन होना चाहिए इसको क्योंकि जब
इसमें आप ये करें मेरा ख्याल है आप ये वो इसी कंट्रीज के लिए दो सोशल मीडिया आप दूसरे मिस्टेक बता सकते हैं
ऐसे आप my suggestion was yes also if there is no specific or comprehensive geological map available for some so उसके ऊपर काम हो गया था चाइनीज सर्वे के साथ दिया हुआ था तो उसकी वजह से वी आर अनेबल टू अट्रैक्ट द इन्वेस्टर क्योंकि जब वो इन्वेस्टर कोई आता है वो देखता है कि उसके पास रिसोर्स की एग्जैक्ट बेस्ड हो एस्टिमेशन और जॉब सर्टिफाइड certified reserves unless one investor identify करेगा he cannot come or like get approval from their board. Nothing of the reserve along with the quality.
OIC को एक्सपोर्शन स्टैंडर्ड्स के ऊपर जिसका जॉब है जॉइंट और रिजर्व कमेटी लेकिन मिनरल एक्सपोर्शन डिफरेंट फेजेस है पहले एक्सपोर्शन है फिर उसके बाद माइनिंग है फिर प्रोसेसिंग है फिर फर्दर इन्हें डिवाइड किया बहुत सारे स्टेजेस है मिनरल प्रोडक्ट कोई मिनरल प्रोडक्ट उसमें जो जॉइंट और रिजर्व कमेटी इसको जॉर्क है वो ऑस्ट्रेलिया ने एक बेस्ट एक्सपोर्शन स्टैंडर्ड्स का एक मैनुअल बनाया है और फिर उसको जो है अपनी जो नेशनल लॉ है उसका हिस्सा बनाया है इसका ओआईसी कंट्रीज को चाहिए कि बेस्ट एक्सपोर्शन प्रैक्टिसेस के ऊपर जो है कोई जॉर्ज टाइप जॉर्ज ज़हन में रख के कोई एक्सपोर्शन जो है वो स्टैंडर्ड्स को मैनुअल बनाए जिसको हम फॉलो करके उसके मुताबिक जो है चीजें आगे
और एक चीज जो सर फंडिंग के पॉइंट से वी ऑल नो के गवर्नमेंट जैसे हमारे करकोल में भी और सारे मिनरल्स में दे नॉट रॉयल्टी तो व्हाई डोंट वी allocate some portion of the royalty to for the R&D of this mineral sector. The royalty they are continuously getting from, they will get it from Recording, they are getting from Control also. So they should not only like going for their expenses or the things. 1%, maybe 1%, 2%, 5%, they should invest in the R&D for the yes.
Yeah, I had presented this idea to Goldman Sachs and I had mentioned that 3% from all industries who run under this provision of this common facilitation center should go to the sustainability of this common facilitation center. So similarly, this kind of fund should be created for the sustainability of this construction.
पाकिस्तान में तकरीबन इनफॉर्मल माइनिंग हो रही है और प्रोफेशनल माइनिंग कुछ इदारे हैं जो कर रहे हैं
मेरा ताल्लुक एसडीएस पाकिस्तान से है और बेसिक मेरा साइड से वास्ता पड़ता है। एक्सआरएफ की बेस पे एक बंदा कर रहा है और प्लस पे वो उसको आगे जाके उसको एक्सपोर्ट भी कर रहा है। मेरे ख्याल से हमें प्रोफेशनल वे में प्रोफेशनल तरीके को अपनाना चाहिए, चाहे प्रॉपर स्टैंडर्ड के थ्रू उसकी टेस्टिंग है, सॉर्टिंग है। अब इस तरह से कम्युनिकेशन पैदा होगी कि जो चीज़ हम यहाँ से पाकिस्तान से बाहर भेज रहे हैं तो रॉ फॉर्म में भेज रहे हैं, दूसरा एक्स्ट्रा के बेस पे डिसीजन ले रहे हैं। तो मतलब कोई प्रॉपर तरीका नहीं है, अवेयरनेस नहीं है लोगों को। माइनिंग एक्टिविटी ऐसे कर रहे हैं कि एक जगह से एक्सप्लोरेशन शुरू कर दी और अल्लाह बिस्मिल्लाह अगर निकला तो बिस्मिल्लाह नहीं है तो बहुत हो जाएगा। सेम सर okay, in relation to it, then sir GSP data and minor mineral data was